why teaching? Why is that important? Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. I'm Chris Yao, and we've got a fantastic show for you this final day of January 2024. And I would like to say that I have had such a pleasure over the last almost year bringing you the news and happenings from around Southern Middle Tennessee. We have had a fantastic run, and this will be the final time that I'm saying good morning to you on a Wednesday from Maury County. Looking forward to handing this off to Scott Stewart, and he will take you the rest of the way. Hope you guys will continue to stick around as we'll have all the news and happenings and sports and news from around Southern Middle Tennessee coming your way each and every week right here on Mom's Southern Middle Tennessee and Main Street Media Television. With that being said, we've got a lot to get to today, and we're going to get right into it as we have the wrap. On the front page of this week's Main Street Maury, you can find a story about Battle Creek High School. They have made a change to the athletic facilities. They will be installing artificial turf on their athletic fields rather than field houses and that sort of thing. And that is actually going to be around the county in Maury County. Every school in the county will be getting turf athletic fields in the near future. Starting with Battle Creek, which will open, of course, next fall. Also on the front page, Mount Pleasant was asking folks to conserve water. That is no longer a necessity, but it was a very real scare for the community last week. And so we wanted to let you guys know about that. Make sure to stick on the Mount Pleasant Facebook page and keep up to date there and on their website, of course. Also on the front page, a story about local dispatchers who helped deliver a baby. It was one of the most unique stories of the week. Make sure to check that out. We also have the story from last week, which we told you about, the Maury County Animal Director. They are searching for a new animal director. Applications, I think, are going through maybe today. So today may be the last day to apply for that position. Also, big news in the county, but also in the surrounding area. Marcy Joe's Mill House and Bakery, located at the intersection of 431 and Highway 99, has officially closed its doors after 17 years. Rory Feek left a heartfelt message on their website about it. You can find out more information in the story on Main Street Maury and mainstreetmaury.com. All of that and much, much more on the inside, of course, of Main Street Maury. So make sure to pick up your copy today. We'll send you down now to Scott Stewart, who has your Pulaski Citizen and Lawrence County Advocate wraps.
Hey guys, this is the Lawrence County Advocate for this week. Chris Bryant with the City of Lawrenceburg Planning and Development Office provided his quarterly update to the City Council last week. And it included lots of great information about growth and what's going on in planning and development over the past year. It also included some great photos of the construction site out at the Magna plant. And we've got some of those in this week's edition. Sandy Mashburn has 4 front page articles this week, and one of those is the indictment of a former utility manager here in Lawrence County. There's a great story about a woman's quest to get her citizenship, and she does so. 2 people qualified for the Alderman race down in Loretto, and text notifications are now offered by Lawrence County. So all those you can find on the front page from Sandy Mashburn. On our lifestyles page this week, we've got some Hojo photos from a train wreck back in 2013. 3 local students received their degrees at the University of Tennessee Martin. The Lawrenceburg Public School Honor Roll is in there, and news from the West End Community Club. Local obituaries, opinions page, comics, puzzles, classifieds, town crier, community events, and so much more news inside. And sports highlights our local high school basketball teams as they got back into action last week after the big snowstorm. And believe it or not, they're already going to be winding down their regular season in just over a week from today. All of this and more is in this week's edition of the Lawrence County Advocate. Make sure you get yours at one of 100 plus stores all across Lawrence County. Hey guys, it's Scott Stewart with the Pulaski Citizen Wrap this week. The quirky quilters, all of them, are our Citizen Spotlight this week. Find out all about them inside and check out their logo right there at the spot of honor, front and center of the Pulaski Citizen this week. Also on the front page, the reported resolution of Giles County's water woes, complete with updated boil notice advisories and what's being done to mitigate the effects of another super cold event should one descend upon Middle Tennessee. So there's a couple of murals in town that if you haven't seen them, you got to see them, okay? So the first one, West College Street, on the east side of the local farmer, is a cow's head. And that's the first one. The other one is on the back of Williams Law and Mediation. Now, Williams Law and Mediation faces a square, but on the back side, you can see it from 3rd Street or from the parking lot there of the Giles County Annex. It's a big, huge turkey head. And so that's two beautiful murals. They're pretty amazing that we've had added to our scenery around Pulaski here lately. So make sure you go by and see those. But if you pick up the paper this week, Emmy Lou Williams is going to tell you all about the murals and Ernest Doty, who is the man who created them. So get that on the front page of today's paper. Inside, we've got Adrian Forte's article on last week's Pulaski Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting and Connie Rowe's article on the Minor Hill Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting. There's a new manager in the service department at Sharp Motor Company. Find out about that. And there's a report on the county's 2022-23 audit findings. As always, we've got backwards glances, docket, property transfers, fun and games, church page, and more. Johnny Phelps highlights Blue Creek this week on Giles Pass. And don't miss Cheddar. That's this week's Giles County Humane Association adoptable pet. Way to be back here in just a few minutes with sports. All of this is in this week's Pulaski Citizen. Pick yours up today. We'll be right back after this.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Having a good, confident smile and being able to portray that positivity to others is really helpful.
A professional family atmosphere is what we get every time we come here.
Our hygienists do a better job at kind of assessing mouths and coming up with plans than most dentists do.
They're very kind and they're very aware of other people.
I think if there's things that I would want you to leave here with, I want you to feel like you were heard, that we listened to you, and I want you to feel like that your concerns were addressed.
Welcome back into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. I'm Chris Yao, and I'm here today with Bill Allen, and we are at his event venue on the Port Royal side of Spring Hill. I know there's lots of different sides of Spring Hill. This is the Port Royal section, and we are here and talking about one of the unique venues here in Spring Hill that is going to be open to the public for events starting soon. So, Bill, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Tell us a little bit about you, man. You got this Georgia Tech sweatshirt on, or are you from the area? Did you go to Georgia Tech?
I went to Georgia Tech. I lived here for 8 years. I was in the Navy before this, so okay. I just retired in June. So I did 20 years of in the Navy. I was a aircraft pilot, so wow. I flew helicopters and airplanes for the Navy, and so I moved 18 times the last 20 years. But we've been here for 8 years in Spring Hill. And this is where my wife wants to be and stay. I kind of miss the ocean, but we like it here. So we're raising our kids here. We got a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Well, Spring Hill is a great place to obviously raise a family. And so putting down roots here, you have this building here, and you've been the owner for the last 3 years, or this is the third year, I guess? Yeah, this is our third year.
And Community Baptist Church has been the primary tenant, but you guys are kind of branching out.
Yeah, so we bought this church from the Community Baptist Church because they were outgrowing the space, and they wanted to build their church down the road. They had some land, so they're building a church right down the road. They rent it from us on Wednesday and Sunday, and I run my businesses out of this space when we do a lot of live events and virtual events. And especially now, so we've opened it up over the last year. We've been renting it a little bit. But now that they're starting to move out, we're looking for opening it up a lot more to the public.
So that's one of the things that you do specifically is, you do a lot of live events, virtual events, and you use this auditorium to do it.
Yeah.
If someone is looking for a place where they can, they don't have to set up their own live studio.
Yeah.
Just come in, it's ready made.
For sure. We do have some options, especially this center right here holds about 160 people. And we have a ton of AV. We can live stream, we can record, we can do a lot of that stuff. If you need some help, I have full-time video staff, and we cut, edit. We can do a lot of those things as a possibility. Most people, they just want, in-person event, and maybe they want the recording, something like that. It's very easy for us to do. And then if you want to go to the next level, we can also have a conversation about that too.
That's pretty cool. I mean, so what makes this place different from other event venues?
I think we have a lack of event venues in Williamson County, really, period. So I think there's a lot of people that are looking for space. The challenge here is this is really more of a one-time use type space. I get a lot of people that say, hey, can I rent this long-term? Do you have office space long-term? It really is something that you can just come and go. And so also, I think, especially as we're just getting started, the expense, we're trying to keep it really affordable. And I'm open to conversations of what your budget is, what you want to do, those kind of things. And the number one question I get is like, how much is it? Well, what day of the week is it? How many people are you going to have? Do we have the openings? It's more of a conversation and a consult, basically. But I think this space is really a big flex space. We have 5,000 square feet of dining, so you can do round tables and chairs and throw a birthday party or an anniversary dinner or something like that. It's heated and cooled, which is really nice. I have a barn in Spring Hill too that we do events at my farm, and it's not heated and cooled right now. So this is a great space to just kind of do a lot of different things. We also have some classrooms. If you can imagine a church, they have an area where they meet and congregate, and then they have an area where they have dining and they have kitchen services and things like that. So 5,000 square feet of each of those. And then they have an area where they have their Sunday schools. So you have all the different classrooms. So you have 6 different classrooms if you need a smaller space or something more intimate. Or a lot of people will come do 150 people here and then do breakout sessions in those rooms like we do. And then, so when I do an event here, I have one in the next couple of days. We have 150 people in here for class. And then we go have lunch in the dining space. And then maybe second half of the first day or day 2, we're doing breakout rooms in small groups where we can get more intimate with the folks that are there.
It seems like the perfect venue for any event.
Yeah.
And so that's, that is important, obviously, for this community, and not just Spring Hill. Being on this side helps because you've got, a 4-lane highway right up to you just about. So, which is not always the case here in Spring Hill. So it's not hard to get to. It's really it gives every little type of event a space for them. So of course, if you want to come out here, we are on Parkway Drive in the Port Oil business area. So if you guys want to rent the space, you can email this email right here that's on the screen, or of course, reach out on Facebook. That is a great way to do it. And they are very active on the community pages. So make sure to check them out. Again, this is a beautiful space. Obviously, you can see the finishes behind us. So it's a perfect space for you. And Bill, we appreciate you choosing Spring Hill to raise your family and to bring your farm and all of the things that you guys have done here, and look forward to a lot of great things happening here in this building as well as throughout the community.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll be back with more Mornings on Main Street right after this. Custom Stone Handler supplies over 600 distributors and suppliers with quality stone products. Along with River Stone, we produce and distribute over 100 building, landscape, and other bulk products. Our goal is to provide quality products, service, and partnerships to ensure our customers' success. We firmly believe that the measure of any person or company is how they treat other people and customers. Give them a call at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic service, and our Ortho Quick Walk-In Clinic lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net.
Welcome back into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. It's time to take a look at the Main Street Maury sports section this week. We've got Mo Patton bringing you your weekly updates. So take it away, Mo.
Thanks, Chris. District 9 4A matchup between county rivals Columbia Central and host Spring Hill this past weekend. We've got coverage of both those games as the Lady Lions and Lions swept the hosts. So again, coverage there in this week's print edition of Main Street Murray. Also, boys state bowling tournament resulted in a champion from these parts. Columbia Central Junior Alex Davis became the boys bowling program's 5th individual state bowling champion. We've got coverage of that as well, and his 4-pin victory in the finals. Santa Fe continues to be ranked atop the Class 1A boys basketball poll in the Associated Press, despite a ankle injury sustained last week by super scorer Alden Slaughter. Without him, the Wildcats went down to Cornersville and picked up a big victory. We've got coverage of that. Also, box scores, stat leaders, both of those in this week's Main Street Murray. Coming up this week, we'll have coverage of, again, Santa Fe going down to Richland for a big District 10 1A matchup. We will also have the rematch as Spring Hill comes to Columbia Central on Friday night. So be sure and check us out on MainStreetMurray.com, as well as next week's print edition of Main Street Murray for details on that and all of our high school sports coverage across the county.
Thanks, Mo. All right, when we come back, more Mornings on Main Street right after this. Stick around.
They have always met wildest expectations as far as taking care of my teeth and my health. You know, teeth health is very important now to your heart. And I told him one day, I said, I'd love to have nice teeth and nice hair. And he said, well, I can take care of the teeth, but I can't take care of the hair. And I said, you can make my teeth? He said, yeah. I said, well, let's go for it. And he did. And I have been tremendously pleased. Dr. Hart, if you need him at night, he's here. This staff here will take care of you 24/7. You don't have to worry about, I can't get a hold of my dentist, my tooth's hurting. No, they will be here for you. And if I could get Dr. Hart to take that same artistry that he has and grow hair, then he would be double rich.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather today.
Want to start out here on this Wednesday morning with your Build Your Day hourly forecast brought to you by Parks Lumber Company. It's going to be a cooler day today compared to yesterday, only in the upper 40s to maybe lower 50s in a few spots today, despite a return to sunshine across the area through the day. But this is going to be very short-lived. We'll get back to milder air starting tomorrow. Clouds hanging tough this morning, but they do break up as we head through the morning and the midday. But despite that, a northerly wind bringing a cooler air mass in means only upper 40s to lower 50s this afternoon, and then quickly dropping back into the 30s during the overnight. And I think many of us are going to be near the freezing mark, if not just below freezing, around 5 or 6 a.m. as we begin Thursday morning. But then we're headed for the mid to upper 50s as we go into Thursday, with high pressure shifting off to the east, with time will be warmer with a southerly wind. Rain chances staying to the west through Friday. They do increase Saturday, but I don't think it's until late Saturday afternoon, and it's starting to look more like overnight Saturday night before showers move in. That continues on into Sunday. Now, the cool weather we have around here today is the coolest day that we have on the board for the next 7 days with upper 40s. For the rest of it here, we're between the mid 50s and the lower 60s. Even the overnight lows below freezing tonight are the last ones we have on here for the next 7 days. So no signs of any big Arctic air around for at least the next week, but we are far from done with winter as we know around here in the Tennessee Valley. Weather where you live for today, return to sunshine as we head increasingly through the day. Daytime highs in the upper 40s to lower 50s with a breezy north to northwest wind between 7 and 14 miles per hour. And then a bit milder as we hit Thursday and especially Friday and the weekend. Mid to upper 50s getting in here for the rest of the week. Lower 60s definitely possible. A few showers possible late on Saturday. More likely on Sunday. Maybe a few lingering showers into early next week before we return to sunshine by next Tuesday. There's your latest 7-day forecast. Kelly Rawson is back in the Weather Center today at midday, live at noon with your latest weather.
That's going to do it for this final edition of Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee in January of 2024. Of course, we'll be right back here next week, same time, same channel on Main Street Media Television. Again, your new full-time host, Scott Stewart, will be bringing you all the news. And of course, you'll have Mo Patton and Wade Neely having sports as well. So please join us next week. And if not, come on down. See us in Columbia, Lawrenceburg, or Pulaski and any of our surrounding communities, which have so much to offer. And we look forward to seeing you sometime here in Southern Middle Tennessee. Until then, I'm Chris Yao saying so long.